Hi and welcome to the Malat cookery channel. So we've got some friends coming around this evening. I'm taking a big risk by cooking outside. It's the middle of November, we live in the north of the UK, so anything could happen with the weather. But I'll take any excuse to use our homemade outdoor pizza oven, which is what I'm going to be cooking with today. So the video today is a basic garlic bread recipe. As usual, a full list of ingredients will be given at the end of the video, so let's have a look at those ingredients now and anything else we're going to need for today. So the ingredients we're going to need for our garlic bread. For the dough itself, I've got 500 grams of strong bread flour, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 14 grams of easy bake yeast. Going to be putting in 4 tablespoons of olive oil, and I've got roughly 400 millilitres of lukewarm water. And we're going to be making the dough in a food mixer with a dough hook. For the actual garlic butter, I've got 100 grams of unsalted butter, 1 teaspoon of parsley, and 10 grams of garlic powder. So I much prefer to use garlic powder than fresh garlic which has been finely chopped, because I think fresh garlic just gives it a slightly bitter taste. Now this is enough ingredients here to make about 4 medium-sized garlic breads. So first thing we need to do is obviously make the dough. So we need to mix all of our dry ingredients first before we add any liquids. And just make sure this is thoroughly mixed in. Okay, next thing we need to do is to place our 4 tablespoons of olive oil into the dry mixture. Make sure you get all of the oil off the spoon, otherwise the measurement is going to be inaccurate. And then we just want to mix that oil in by hand through your fingers until we get like a fine crumb. Okay, so now I've mixed all of the ingredients together, the next thing to do is obviously add the water. So I'm going to place the machine onto a speed just below halfway, start adding the water. When I think I've got enough water in there, I'm then going to turn the speed up. I'm not going to add any more water at that point, and I'm going to see if I can lift the actual dough itself off the bottom of the bowl at a high speed, and then I'm going to just click down, reduce the speed slightly to about halfway. And if the dough starts to catch on the bottom of the bowl, but then when I turn the speed up again, it releases from the bottom of the bowl, we know we've got it's a good indication we've got the correct hydration. Okay, so I'm happy with the hydration now. I didn't actually have any water left. So I'm going to put the machine back on now, leave it for 10 minutes on a speed just slightly higher than a halfway setting. After 10 minutes it should be well kneaded, and then we can go on to the next stage. So the dough's been working in the food mixer for 10 minutes. Got a lot of elasticity within the dough now. It's well hydrated. I'm pleased with that. I've got a large bowl, just coated the inside surface of the bowl with some olive oil, just a little bit of olive oil so this doesn't stick. Shape the dough into the bottom of the bowl. I'm now going to cover the bowl with food wrap, place the bowl into a warm pot of the house until the dough doubles in size. That's going to take around 40 minutes. Right, so the dough has now doubled in size. I'm now going to measure the the dough and split it into 4 equal portions. So I've measured the dough into 4 equal pieces. I've just got a tray which I've lightly floured. I've already done 3 of the pieces of dough. I'll just show you the last one. So all we're doing is creating a little bit of surface tension and shaping the dough before it goes onto the tray for the second proofing. And all I do is I just take the dough in between my forefinger and thumb, and with my other hand I'm just feeding the dough up while I'm squeezing in with those 2 fingers. And as I push up, that creates that surface tension. And then we just take the dough piece and place it onto the tray. I'm now going to cover the tray with cling film or food wrap, place it into the fridge, and it'll be sat into the fridge for about 3 hours just to do a slow second proofing before we shape the garlic bread and obviously place them into the oven or the pizza oven, which is what I'm going to do with these. So as far as the actual garlic butter is concerned, this butter has been sat out of the fridge for about an hour, so it's fairly soft, but I have just placed it into the microwave for 10 seconds on full power just to soften it even more. So we just add our garlic, and parsley, and with a fork we just work that in, and the more we work it in, the softer the butter will get, and we just keep going until everything is mixed in perfectly. Okay, so that's our garlic butter done. So I'm just going to cover this with food wrap and leave it in the fridge, and then take it out of the fridge about half an hour before we're going to be using it. So once we've got our pizza balls from the second proofing, next thing we want to do is obviously shape them into our bases. So all I'm doing here is just pushing out from the centre. Make sure you don't touch the outside edge. That's where our crust is going to come from. And then once you get the dough to a size where you can comfortably fit your palm into the centre, we then need to stretch out the dough, and the way I find the best way to do that is what I call a 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock method, and that's to hold down the dough with the left hand if you're right-handed, pull out from the side, so 3 o'clock, turn over onto your forearm, and then lay it back down so that the point you've pulled out is actually now at 6 o'clock, and we just keep on doing that. Pull out, lay down, and when you've done this for a few times you'll get quick at it. Okay, so once we've got our basic shape, just apply the garlic butter. Just make sure you don't touch the outside edge, because that's going to be obviously where our crust is. So our homemade pizza oven is up to temperature, so we'll get the garlic bread now and stick that in. Okay, so let's have a look at the garlic bread. So how about that? Absolutely sensational. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So we've got a really light crust, lots of elasticity there in that dough. Absolutely perfect. And it tastes amazing as well. So although that's a really basic garlic bread recipe, it's absolutely delicious, and that pizza oven definitely makes all the difference. Now if you've never seen the channel before and you want to see how to make that outdoor pizza oven, then click in the right hand corner now, and that pop-up banner will take you to that video series which shows you exactly how to do it. Please subscribe to the channel, and as usual, if you've enjoyed this particular video, hit the like button. Thank you very much for watching.